live, and we're going to kick her off with a little meditazione. For those of you dummies who don't speak Spanish, that's meditation. We'd invite you to join us if you care to, and if not, you can check back in about 5 to 10. Invite you to close your eyes. Find a comfortable position you can hold. It doesn't matter if you're sitting straight up, legs crossed, lotus position. What matters is that we bring discipline of mind and intentionality and focus to the next 5 to 10. On these next couple breaths of yours, just let out some sighs. Inhabit your body. Bring a sense of calmness and relaxation to yourself. Start by focusing your attention narrowly on your right pinky finger, your outermost digit. And just notice what that feels like in that digit. And then take your awareness that is narrowed and expand it to blanket your entire body. Feeling your toes, shins, quads, up through your hips. Aware of your abdomen and chest and shoulders. Out your biceps to your fingertips. Bringing awareness up through your neck. Relaxing your face, eyebrows, forehead. And with your attention focused, your awareness expanded, sit back and watch what your mind is saying. Like you're watching a movie. Enjoy the show. yourself lost in thought, Just dive right on into her. A question I have is, are you guys floating out of your chair like I am? Because I think I've reached it. I've made it to Nirvana. Are you there?
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Just being above everything.
And everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I'm a little bit though, like now that I've made it to the destination, like, what do we do?
Let's leave that to the fortune cookie.
I love being enlightened.
Profound blessings arise from the period of transformative change. Profound blessings arise from the period of transformative change. I like that.
Let's dive into that. I have a strong urge to sing Chinese fortune cookies say good things come on New Year's Day, and I resisted because I don't want to come off as being insensitive. Perhaps that was insensitive. That's a side note. Let's get back to that the old fortune cookie. What is that? What are you getting from that, Marsh? From that reading?
It's just pretty human to not want change because it's scary. We don't know how it's going to go. But more often than not, we realize that whatever change does occur is in fact a good thing, a profound blessing. And it's so hard to see it when we're in the midst of change or change is on the horizon and we're nervous about it. It's so just tempting to resist. And it's just funny how change is always everything forever, and yet it's so tough to comprehend, understand, accept. We just bristle against it, even though it's so commonplace. What the hell? How come we can't just get down with it?
I'm going to say something and probably go back and rescind my statement, or actually I'm actually hoping that I cycle back on it and completely correct myself. But to say that all change is a blessing, like the fortune cookie is saying, that's a crock of crap. I think a lot of change is shitty and feels crappy, and it's not a blessing. But I think we have the choice to see it as a blessing. And perhaps that's our only antidote to making it through change. These crazy periods of hardship that people endure, a death in the family, or I got herpes, or whatever it is. It's like, is getting herpes a blessing? No, it's not. Like, that's no. But seeing it as a blessing and an opportunity to learn, #growth mindset, is like a psychological trick we play on ourselves to bring a sense of like lightness or hope to these things that otherwise our psyche would explode. So I don't think that change is a blessing. I think it's a choice to see it that way. And we get to choose how we frame the events in our life. We get to choose the narrative surrounding these events. Because let's be honest, herpes ain't no blessing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I might be being insensitive as well to people who have herpes, but what, anything alive there?
I like what you're saying. That feels true. I like the story of the event happens and you just go, oh, that happened. And being neither, not feeling like it's a blessing or a curse. It's just an event. And events are going to just keep fucking happening until we die. event, and we get so caught up in, is this good or bad? And the truth is, we don't know. That, like, maybe that story of the, that story of the maybe. Fuck, I'll try to tell it. The farmer who's
Good luck, bad luck. Who knows?
Yeah. Look it up. But
I
basically
could give
a series. Yeah,
I could give a quick.
Yeah.
I think a Chinese farmer. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know the first.
The
he like his son
Chinese
runs away. Some shit.
Farmer loses his horse. His horse leaves
Right.
his pasture.
Right.
And the neighbor comes up and is like, "Wow, I'm so sorry for your loss. Like, that's such bad luck." And the Chinese farmer turns to him and, "Oh, good luck, bad luck. Who knows?"
Yeah.
And then the horse returns, and it returns to the pasture the next day. The neighbor comes back. "Oh my God, wow, that's such great luck you had." He's like, "Oh, good luck, bad luck, who knows?" And his son goes out on the horse that returned and is galloping through the field and falls off and breaks his back. And the neighbor returns, "Wow, I'm so sorry about your son. That's such bad luck." And the Chinese farmer goes, "Oh, good luck, bad luck, who knows?" And so forth and so forth.
Yeah. You almost got the whole story. You nailed it. I'll finish it off.
And then
Yeah, there you go.
and the military and the Chinese military shows up the next day,
recruiting all the young
men.
men.
A month later, they're going to war against Japan, and the military comes to bring the son to service, and the son is exempt because he has broken his back, and the neighbor, good luck, or what great fortune you have.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
And I think that shines light on a truth. Like we're talking about growth mindset or the framing of how we see things. I think the best framing we can carry to the world is to see things how they are. And the universe is an unfolding event of events that doesn't give a shit about humans or us or you or me. Yeah. Although it feels very personal to us because, that's our experience. It has nothing to do with us. It is just a happening.
Yeah.
And seeing things like that is really hard.
Yeah.
If you get cheated on, it's like this hyper personal thing.
Yeah.
But
woe is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Like that might be the best narrative or mindset we can bring to anything. It's because it's true. That's how things are.
Mm.
A hurricane doesn't care about us. An earthquake doesn't care. COVID didn't care.
Yeah.
The natural world. Yeah. I'm going on, but something alive there.
I think that all that feels true, and what you first said about just how some things do just objectively suck. Colin died. That just sucks. There's just no way around it. That sucks. And it also is just an event that happened, and to resist it, to disagree with it, to try to say otherwise is, no, you have to accept reality. As bad as it is, you have to just say yes to it. Some people will take longer to get to that yes, but you got to say yes to reality fundamentally.
Dude, I'm just having a thought. This should be our podcast. We just each episode open up a different Chinese fortune and break them apart. That's actually genius. And agreed that some things just suck. And that needs to be, I feel like, I shouldn't say needs to be, that if what we care about is our conscious experience, is just feeling well, just being okay in the day, that acceptance part, and understanding that the universe is unfolding in ways we have no control over and it's not personal.
Yeah.
That. But then we do have a conscious experience where I want to feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I don't want to suffer.
Yeah.
And that is the inner workings of the mind, hashtag Buddhism. And so then I think we insert the Chinese fortune cookie,
Yeah.
i.e. growth mindset, which is, again, profound blessings arise from the period of transformative change. It's like you first accept, and then if we do want to color our conscious experience towards the feel better and away from the suffer, then you insert growth mindset, and then you see the blessings in it. I would throw to you, let's say that you got herpes or Colin died, maybe both. Answer right now off the cuff. Okay, getting herpes sucks. How would you spin that with a growth mindset or with seeing the blessing?
A more true actual situation
There we go.
in my life is that I've been sick now for coming on 3 weeks. And I've been dabbling around this fall reading Tara Brach's Radical Acceptance. And it's just funny how much easier it was. Like when I first got sick, I was like, of course I didn't want to be sick. I was like, all right, I'm just going to accept this. I accept that I feel this way. I'm good. Like, this is how I feel. And that's how it's just okay. And what's funny is that as time went on, I could hear my mind say, this is bullshit now. Like, okay, my body ought to fight this thing off and I'm ready to not be sick anymore. Like, come on, I'm okay. I was sick and now what the hell? Let's move on. And I'm still sick. And
so what's the blessing?
well, yeah, what's the blessing? I'm still sick, so I don't know that I'm still in the period of transformative change.
Go there though.
Yeah. Early, what I felt in the sickness, I was so uncomfortable in my body that I was moving incredibly slow. There was a day when after a few days of not leaving the house, I finally made it the block and a half to the grocery store. And crossing the street with the crosswalk on, I still didn't make it across the street in time with the number counting down. I was going that slow. And just, I think that in my life, I will benefit in general from slowing the hell down, especially when I think about, our business is unplugged. I got work to do. When I come home, my reflex towards technology is so strong right now, towards filling the gaps in my day and my moments with distraction and watching bullshit things that I could say, oh no, it's not bullshit. No, a lot of the shit I'm just like filling the gaps. And if I can slow down more in my lived experience in my life to allow those gaps to be there and to be okay not filling them with distraction, that feels like it front and center for me and where I'm at. And if I'm going to talk about plug to other people, like I gotta be working on it myself.
To give some context, I'm sure you are stimulating yourself with bullshit media, but your bullshit is like Sam Harris and researching the Dutch cycling urban planning and watching videos on the, it's like, I agree.
Bunch of football highlights, there's bullshit in there.
Yeah. But I guess I'm just giving context to like, not even for you, but for everyone, like, there is a spectrum of bullshit, and I would say you consume pretty high level bullshit, even though it's still bullshit. We shouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
There's an assertion that I get in trouble for about.
That's where I think that if I were legit, the person who I want to be studies Dutch cycling culture in an intentional way from this time to this time, not in these in-between moments of just like hanging out at home because I'm bored and I don't want to face the realities of non-stimulus. So that's the difference, is like the Marshall who I want to be is he consumes technology like as a tool for when I need it, for the things I'm working on intentionally,
Yeah.
essentially. And yeah,
Yeah. So being healthy or being sick sucks. It sucks ass. Yeah. So much. And reading some stoicism, and they're talking about how even our health should not be held as an expectation. We can't expect health. They say to hold your preference, hold your desire to be healthy, not as a desire, but as a preferred indifferent. Which to me, I pushed back on at first. I was like, can I not expect to be healthy?
yeah.
But I don't know, not that we need to trust stoicism at its word, but thinking more, I'm like, okay, that actually makes sense. Being sick now, do you feel, is health something we can take for granted? Is health something to be expected? Our state of well-being? Obviously, this is on a spectrum, whereas you and I have healthy bodies and are on the healthier end of the spectrum, maybe. Whereas some people are born in wheelchairs or with diabetes. Is there a lesson in there? I guess I'm pushing you on more blessings.
Yeah.
What other blessings can you glean from being
Yeah.
sick for 3 weeks?
I think that it's interesting for me to think about how much of my well-being is tied to my health. And life is so much better for me when I feel good, when I feel energized, when I want to exercise, and then I do exercise, and I feel way better because I exercised. My life is so much better. And so I guess one thing it's shown me is just how a lot of people aren't healthy, don't have health in their life for any number of reasons, but like the pursuit of health is a worthy pursuit in terms of enjoying life. It just seems directly connected. The healthier you are, and health, we need to like maybe define what is health, because it's not just physical, but it's so tied for me, maybe because of who I am and how I've lived my life, my physical health. When I don't have it, it's not where it usually is. My life feels a lot less enjoyable.
And I feel, it's all sorts of health. It's physical, emotional, mental, social, professional, all those aspects, much more, i.e., whole health, holistic health. And I feel like the byproduct, it's like, how do I tell if I'm healthy? How do I tell if I'm living healthily? And I feel like a byproduct of living well is, well, many things, creative expression being one of them.
Yeah.
But your conscious state throughout the day or throughout your week or throughout your, like it's a pretty good indicator. Like, wow, I felt pretty well, satisfied, content, peaceful, I had one more thing, which is not to say that it's bad to be feeling angry, jealous, scared, unrested, or whatever. We don't need to push those away. But, anyways.
I heard an Alan Watts talk about how you know you're healthy when you don't have to think about it. Like when your car is running great. Ridiculous that I would bring that up as an analogy. Fuck that. When your bike is running fine, you're not thinking about your bike. Like that's a bike in good health. It just does its job. It acts how it's supposed to act, and you don't have to think about it.
But is that ever true? Because bikes take maintenance.
Right.
I don't give any maintenance to my bike.
It's not healthy.
I'm speaking metaphorically. And then I end up without a bike for a couple months, and I'm using some old shitty beater.
Yeah, your bike's not healthy.
Yeah. So we do have to think about it a little bit, right?
Well, maintenance in health matters. You have to exercise. You have to floss. You have to meditate. You have to do these things in order. It's not just like a natural, it doesn't just happen. You have to get it there. But then when you have a good practice, ideally the thing sort of disappears and it's just a tool towards other things.
Fact. And that's funny because I do maintain my health. I do give maintenance to my health. But it's funny because I don't think about it that way, because I think we've built in the practice and the structures into our lives where it's like, oh, well, that was just like, I'm playing adult league soccer. Yeah. That's not exercise. That's fun.
Right.
Oh, and it's social.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not working out my legs. I'm going on a bike ride because it's fun. Go over to my friend's house and then I'm going to pick up my groceries and everything down to...
And if we lived at a place that had a dope garage with full bike tools and a sweet hangout spot with a fridge full of LaCroix and good tunes, and there was a hangout spot that we wanted to be at, and most importantly, we had the skills, maybe we would enjoy the maintenance of taking care of our bikes. I think we would. We'd be shining our bikes in there. And so just as a silly example of
But it's facts. How can we figure out how to funify or play with the things that bring about well-being?
Yeah.
It's that's what Urban Cruise is.
Yeah.
It's okay, bikes, you do it with people, you're moving your body in nature, you're getting exercise, fresh air, vitamin D. It checks so many of those boxes.
Yeah.
Yet it's not for any of those. It's for fun. You're playing.
Yeah. Yeah. This gets at what we talked about the other day of can you make something pleasurable? Because that's what we want. Can you make it dopamine stimulus? Make it something that you want to do. That's how you instill good habits, is you make them habits that you want to do.
Yeah, which I think means funifying work.
Yeah.
Or, figuring out how to make it fun, or does it start with a mental reframing of bringing the mindset of play into your work? Teaching last year, I was able to do it. I would go to work and I would play, but not always. And it took more than just a mindset to but this idea of work play,
Plurk. Yeah.
Which you could say we're doing right now.
We are.
We're plurking.
In conversation.
Because you and I very much care.
Let's tease out some of I think something that I've learned most from you is it's so much better. Life is so much better with full effort. When you're fully engaged in the activity, like I am in this conversation right now. I'm right here with you, and that's why it's good. If I was sitting here half listening, half doing some other shit, it would, And
Hashtag flow state.
Yeah.
But actually.
Yeah. And you just, I don't know who I was talking about you the other, you do, not to blow you up, but you just do that. From the time you wake up, that's just how you live your life. It is. And I know you'd push back on that, but from watching you and how you engage in conversation and when you do the things that you do in your life, it's a thing. As Mr. Lucas, the teacher, I would love for you to be able to acknowledge to whatever level you can, so that you can help the rest of us attain that level of you just bring intentionality and effort, even though it doesn't look like effort, into the things that you do.
Yeah. I will acknowledge that. There are times that people don't see where that's not the case. But
because you're human.
Yeah.
Okay.
But heard, and thanks for seeing that. And it's just simply when I play soccer and when I ski, which were the first two things that I learned anything about life from, it's more fun to ski 100% pushing yourself, for me, than it is to ski at 60%. It's just more fun. And when I play soccer, which isn't to say that you don't go on the cruisy groomers, but while you're skiing, you're still like making your good turn. Like if you're gonna turn well. You can go slower, but it's a different form. And with soccer, when you go and play 75%, A, that's when you get hurt, and B, it's not as fun. You can frame the game different, and you could say, hey, we're going to drink beers while we're playing soccer, and we're just going to kick it around. And that's a cool thing in and of itself, and do that. But as the metaphor, when you do something, do it. And that's all, that's it. And so it's bringing that intentionality, which requires a hump of discomfort at first. It's like, I don't want to try hard right now. I don't want to press fully on defense on soccer when no one else is trying, but I'm going to be seen as the intense one who is a try-hard. But you push through the first 3 minutes of try-hard, then other people are trying hard, and then you're in flow state for an hour.
I mean, it can't be overstated how cruxy that is to, like, living well and then living, like, outrageous. That's that, like, it is, because most of us are gripped in resistance towards effort. It just seems too hard. It's too scary. We hold back. We shy away. We don't do the thing fully. And I don't know that you fully understand how rare and unique and special it is to, like, just, and it's not just soccer and skiing that you do it. You're doing it right now, but you do it in the things that you do. Well, like, you just do it. And I get, maybe, has that been, it's not been a conscious thing, it just happened. Did you growth mindset that? How the hell did you get here?
I'm not sure. I don't know. And we can get into a discussion on free will.
Right.
And if any of us are pulling strings or having our strings pulled, or how all of our nature-nurture-y genetic predispositions and environment and the culture that my parents grew up in, which caused them to parent me a certain way, and the culture that their parents grew up in, and the food and diet they had access to, which affected how they met the neighbor who, like, I like to take credit for how I am, but I'm not sure that's entirely true.
Right.
So I'm not sure and maybe we can put a pin in that, because that would be fun to tease apart. But what's feeling alive is flow state in some ways, almost cheating. It's not cheating, but playing spike ball for me, or hacky sack, I'm using the stimulus to just be present. That's it. Because when you're present, when you flow, it feels better. And I guess I'd like to, back to how we started this whole episode, I'd like to not even need a hacky sack in my pocket to become present, or to turn the record button on a podcast, to, like, care enough to put the effort in to be present. It would be nice to be able to, and I guess this quite literally is enlightenment. It would be to sit, bring your awareness on your thoughts, observe your thoughts, watch them come and go, and eventually you watch them enough, bring the attention to the craziness that is the thinking of the mind, and eventually the space between them gets bigger and bigger, until for moments or minutes it stops. And that's the same shit as when I'm skiing or soccer or spike ball or this.
It reminds me of a card that you got from our homie Brooke, and on it says, wherever you are, be fully there. And that's what we're talking about. And it's just bring your attention to reality. it's so hard to do for the rest of us, I guess, or like people who are more inclined to shy away from that mentality and to bring just enough. I'm the kind of person who brings just enough to get through, or that's how I had been. That's how I have gotten through a lot of my life, doing just enough, and it's shit. And the shift is available for me to bring my full self, to be fully there. A worthy pursuit, for sure.
And I think that pursuit can be teased apart into skills. You can break that, chunk that down into skills. Like one of the skills, and it is a skill, is attention span.
Yeah.
And what hurts our attention span? Notifications on a phone.
Yeah.
What helps our attention span? Playing chess.
Yeah.
Meditating. Reading a book. There's things we can do to train our attention span. So what else then goes into intentionally being able to tap into flow state or bringing full intentionality to the thing at hand? I'd lob that up.
Yeah, I like what you said about break it down into parts and like.
Because I'm spitballing now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah. So what? Attention span.
Like something for me, for years, for many years, I've wanted to have. I've known that I've had bad posture, and it's just a matter of paying attention. And I go through so much of my day in bad posture. It's because I'm not consciously aware of it, and I can use that as one little thing. Just be aware of your posture. I like to break it down into little bits because it's hard to be always fully aware of everything. That's like a lofty goal.
I just had one. I had another juicy one that goes into it, and I just blanked on it because I wanted to ask you about just like your neurochemical makeup is different from my neurochemical makeup, and you like borderline or do have ADHD, which also very much affects these type things. It's that ability to focus single-mindedly on the task at hand.
Right. Bastard. I got an 88 demon.
The 88 demon.
Yeah. It's
You're good.
Is mindfulness or drugs. And mindfulness. Something that I think about. This is, I guess, will feel probably like quite a segue, but
I have one more thing to add before a segue.
Yeah. Stay on. Hit it.
The other thing is our habit. Like if we're talking about bringing intentionality to our day, like you're talking about your posture, it's building in the structures and scaffolding and habits into your day. Like building that in as to support you and how you want to live. Carry a hacky sack around. Don't, like, if you want to exercise and build that healthy thing, don't have a car and ride your bike to the grocery store. And turns out the exercise brings oxygen to your brain, which means when you get home, you bring more intentionality to your reading, and you set your timer. And I'm going to read at 7:30 every night for 15 minutes. Or maybe you start with 3 minutes. But you build the habit. And you build these structures into play, like not buying meat at the grocery store. You like put that rule on yourself, and then you eat better. It's like, well, I have to buy more vegetables now because I don't have my caloric intake of what it would be if I was eating meat. So that was the other thing that I forgot. wise. So what was your segue?
Well, let me run with this. It'll help my segue. I think what we're talking about are skills. Habits are skills. And as both coaches, but you as an educator, like skills, life is filled with skills. And we were talking before we started recording about education as a broad topic, and how education is rooted in this system that is structured around test scores. And I won't talk I won't talk my ass here, but I guess rather than diving down the rabbit hole of what's wrong with education, I think it'd be maybe interesting to like talk about where education could be heading in terms of skills and the kinds of skills that are helpful in navigating the modern world. And yeah, you are an educator with nasty skills. And
I like that word skill.
Yeah.
Because you can break intentionality down into skills, into its chunked components. And just in general, now we're going into my beliefs, but
Yeah, let's go there.
life itself and how we live it is the ultimate skill.
Yeah.
That it's a skill.
Yeah.
We can actually get better at living and worse at living. And I think recognizing to the fundamental core, don't we all just isn't that the skill we're all trying to sharpen?
Yeah.
And so instead of focusing on making money or building a profession, which are cool things and I want to do, those are in service of life skill, the skill of the art of living well.
Yeah.
And once we have that guiding principle, the rest then can fall into place and make sense and is fun. I want to work because it's serving me in living better.
Yeah.
And so if we're talking about school, like, why not optimize for good living rather than good test scores?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a campaign speech right there. School board.
Yeah. Which is crazy complex. But don't we all just want to live better? Like, is that a crazy assertion for me to make? It's how I feel.
I mean, okay, life is fucking hard.
Yes.
Living life, no matter who you are, no matter how lucky you are, life will kick your ass. Everyone's gonna die, including you. You're gonna get, constant change. Life is hard, and so build skills, and that the ultimate skill is just living well, I think is so far out there for people. But to bring it down to like, with better skills, your life gets better. And maybe even this is just like working dialogue around Unplugged. Our workshops are about cultivating skills. I'm someone who wants to work on my life skills because it'll make my life better.
Yeah. Skills is just an interesting word because generally we think of hard skills when we use the word skill.
Yeah.
The hard skill of being a mechanic or juggling balls, but like it was a cool realization for me to understand that our mindsets and our attitudes, those are skills.
Yeah.
And the narrative we tell ourselves, that's a skill.
Yeah.
And how we live and how we process emotions, these things are skills. And being in a relationship, those are skills. To circle this back to about me, you asked me how you're like, have you always been able to tap into flow state, and have you always lived this way and had this focus and drive, which I do push back on a little bit. But I remember after college reading Daniel Coyle's book called The Talent Code, where they talked about seeing soft skills as skills. And in fact, those are the ones we need most. We have AI to do every hard skill there is out there better than you and I. So that don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
What matters are the things AI can do, which is processing and understanding ourselves and our emotions and being in relationship and building community and whatever else. But and for Unplugged, that's what we want: skill workshops, conflict resolution, nonviolent communication, growth mindset, primal flow. These are the skills that aren't being taught that we need fucking help with. Because call them soft skills, nah, those are absolutely fucking necessary to keep your head afloat skills. The real skills right now, because AI is doing the rest of it.
It feels silly to say, but in a way, Unplugged is a modern school of life where we are teachers and students and fucking student over here. We're all teachers and students, and it just feels cool, I guess, to sometimes I don't know if I've ever really thought about it like that, but this is just good for while we're still building out our website. I feel like I want to get that on there. It's a school.
It just can be cringy, especially where we're at now, only a year into this whole thing, to call it a school of life. The school of life is like grandiose and is like played by the whole wellness sector. But like, let's not fuck around.
That's what we're all doing, isn't
It's
it?
a school of life. It is. It is absolutely. It's a subtle, low-key school that maybe we don't need to say that though.
Because there's, I
Is that
think
too
the-
on the nose to say
The
that?
thing is, school as a word has so much shit tied to it. Where I don't want to be. I fucking hate school. So maybe what's the other word if not school? I mean, workshop, lame. School is so lame. And necessary, and doesn't have to be lame. And there are certain people that make school not lame. And the fact is, we all went to. It's like one of the things that we have in common. We went to a lot of school. If you grew up in this country, you went to public education for 18 years of your life, and so it was pretty bullshit for most of us most of the time, unfortunately. And I guess I get excited about. I want school as a system to crumble sooner than fucking later, because it's such a sick thing. It's so much time, and there's all this money and time here at this thing of school, and we're just fully fucking it up. It's like, let's go. We need more. We have these cool Montessori type things, but they're just still so small and fringy and for rich kids. And so school, I'm ready for school to just fucking choose your audience and then serve. And right now, our audience is our friends and our friends of friends and our sort of peer group. And I think that there's a good chance that I can't even fully see right now, that maybe it is high school age kids, middle school age kids, because they're, yeah.
You're saying unplugged, maybe unplugged.
Yeah.
Turns towards high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling that today. I was like, bro, I need to be with kids.
Yeah.
Like,
If we, a lot of our friends or people our age might be like, fuck you guys, I want to hear your skills. But if you're 9 years old, check it out, we got some skills for you.
it might not be the coolest, but it sure is shit better than the quadratic equation.
And I'll push back on it, probably is the coolest. Yeah. I like the idea of it being more for kids, than just people our age that are,
By the way, this was happening, what you're looking at right now,
time.
the whole time.
The man behind the curtain, the wizard,
The beat master.
the wizard of rhythms,
The fruit looper.
the setter of scenes, the maker of magic, the doer of deeds, the fabricator of fries.